Good morning, Wandering Beekeeper here. How you doing? It is a little chilly this morning. 49 degrees finally Fahrenheit in the Pacific Northwest. Having a drop back into colder weather as the climate shudders and lurches and tries to get spring going. Ah, who knows where this is all going. Content warning, this is a dark ride. I'm an old queer cis guy who lives in the Pacific Northwest in a state with legal weed. I have strong political opinions and I cuss a lot. Gonna be playing Stellaris, Old Man Yells at Void Cloud, and gonna be picking up actually right where I left off with the High Corinth, the Holy Corinth Council. That's this down here. That's me. Um, got an alert here. Oh right, we got those damn things. I really don't want to deal with that right now. We're about to have the kapop. We're picking up right where I left off at the end of last week's stream because I'm an admin on a Pixelmon server, and it went into beta um, last weekend, and yesterday it opened to the public. So I've been a little busy with Pokemon in Minecraft and returning players coming to see what the new version is like. This is the V2 of the server. Um, and I'm the mod architect, so I'm there and being nervous as people start poking at what we've got and figuring out, okay, we did away with. Well, I'm talking about Minecraft. Let's get back to Stellaris. God damn it. Okay. Ah. But that's where my head has been at for this past week, along with dealing with various other things. Middle kid going through dental surgery, or the first round, gonna go through a second round. I'm just gonna kick this puppy off and then zoom in and see what's going on here. I will close that up. I've reached kind of a stasis point here. I've got my armadas bulked up to what I could, to the point I'm overstressed here. I'm waiting for the thing to hit. Let's see. This could get a command center and three more of those. This, how's my, yeah, let's go on and start pushing these on up wherever I can. Want to make sure that everybody's up to speed here. Oh, do I have planetary shield generators? Oh shit, I think I've forgotten to put in planetary shield generators. Come on, come on, come on, come on. I don't have it? Oh, well, that would be why a good reason to not have them in, but still. Wow, ow. Problem. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Oh, that would be. Oh, shit. Well, and we're working on stuff, just trying to get into mega engineering and also looking at continuing to push the genomics. But things are about to get a little on the messy side here. Let's make sure we don't crystal out. I'm going to go on and buy that. Just to make sure I have buffer. How y'all doing? Let's see. Hmm. End up having a quick look through here. Hmm. Ran myself out of mineral. How the hell did I manage that? That's quite a trick. Huh. Went on a building spree and kapop. Okay, we've got things seesawing here. I dislike it when that happens, but that's the way it is. At this point, I think I'm just trying to see what technology I can get researched, and whew, that's going to be a while.
Blocker cleared.
Thank you. Let's go look at my edicts. Now, I've got research subsidies enabled. I'm throwing huge amounts of Unity at research, trying to get this stuff done. I want to leave all of this alone until the locust swarm arrives. Turn on all the volatile gases and such advantages. Volatile gases and reactive shit don't do the crystal shit. The crystal shit will mess me up. Do not do the crystal shit. Okay, I don't have enough crystal production to do the crystal shit. Okay, yeah, well, I can't say as I blame them. Those two are not going to get along. One is a splinter colony like we are, the other is a vassal to the origin species who are kind of assholes. Yeah, it's not going to work out. Some people just shouldn't be neighbors. I've always felt it better to not get into the conflict in the first place than have to try to resolve it, you know? If we can work things out so that we don't get into conflict in the first place, it seems like a better idea. I poked at that idea. Oh, hey, cool beans. I can get my monthly rare crystals reactivated. There we go. One of the ways I'm surviving. Wow, that has a long sound effect to it, doesn't it? That's really quite impressive. Holy cats, come on. 2444. Winding up to whatever the endgame crisis is going to be, and I'm just wanting, at this point, wanting to see. I've actually gotten quite far along. Let's see how Rurius is doing. They're fully upgraded. Hunter's Head is still upgrading to Citadel. You could start upgrading to Citadel. There we go. Whoops. Okay, they've developed Steam. Steam power is a huge deal, and we're not talking about the wet steam you got coming off the tea kettle that'll scald your hand. We're talking about industrial dry steam that would just snap your hand off like a twig. Um, Pressures that you don't want to be too close to. Sometime, if you're ever really interested in just how powerful this stuff can be, look up steam locomotive explosion on an image search, and be prepared because it's going to look kind of Cthulhuoid because of all the pipes that run through the boiler. It's not that that big cylindrical boiler is not just a hollow cylinder. There's pipes and a firebox and all sorts of stuff inside it, and it kind of spaghettifies. It's really quite impressive when one of those things lets loose. I have an adventure, probably a 2 session or 3 session, not a one shot, that revolves around the first open field trials
discovered.
in a steampunk world. What have we got? We got vocational genomics, fun. I'm gonna bump up my fleet command limit because I don't need that so much. I need naval capacity rather than command limit, but I'm not gonna pass up the chance here. Let's just pop that off. Oh yay. Let's see. I'm going to frame it as a distraction and spend the resource to just get rid of it. And now, well, that was funny. Pop ding. Off you go. I have the influence to throw around. Let's just dispense with that mess and not have to deal with it 5 years short of the locust swarm. Mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. How y'all doing this morning? Tap tap, is this thing on? Oh, not sure what all we got going this weekend. This may be a staying at home weekend for once. Oh, damn it. Got turned into an asshole. I could replace him. He'll probably be dead in the next year. Yeah, I got it. Anything else I need to tend to? Doesn't look like it. Let's go off to my planets. Yeah, I'll come look at you in a few.
Construction complete.
Let's see. I want to look at my planets here. Pick up anything that will give me energy. And also look for anything going on. Ding. Ooh. Can jump my ship build speed. Here we go. Naval capacity plus 20%. Ting. Yes. And it goes clear just like that. Gave one flash of his glass green eyes and the signal went all clear. Can't do any more than that. The IP troll enablement bot is, of course, always listening. Ooh. Yeah, let's upgrade there because they've got, and I can also build more crystal mining. Let's max out the crystal mining. Max out that crystal mining, yes. Ooh, these people need some stuff built. Let's see, mixed industry, alloy foundry, civilian industry, synthetic crystal plant. Nert. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Let it ride. We get a little heavy on trade imbalance here. Let's take that down a bit. Okay, now let's see. You need mineral purification, and we should probably get you an automation. Nope. Run myself down on mineral again. That's how that happens. Yeah, I got it. Oppose. I hate the thrashing that the Congress gets into. It's realistic, which is kind of dismal. Nert. Yeah. Okay. Price too high or low? Price went off. I don't know. Something weird going on there. Something wonky.
Initiating communications.
Salutande conceptore.
Defensive pact. With the Vren, fuck no. It'll drag me into being on the wrong side when a faction tries to secede from an empire that is truly a bunch of heinous assholes. Alright. I'm gonna just remove that one. Let's see what goes on here and like manually sell some of this. clean all that out here right toward the end. We're about to get. Who knows what's going to happen? We'll find out. We'll find out. Okay. Yep. Sell that. Boom. Let's just go top down here and see if I've missed anything. Yeah, that. And the possibility there. That and that. Okay, cool. Whatever. Whatevs. That's the station. Isn't it? Yeah. Oh, no, that's the okay, they've already maxed out on mining districts. This research enclave here needs stuff. There we go. Okay, that should get them going. Hurts. Pinzel's Folly from the same influence that brought you a ship named Gravitas. Gravitas. No, don't tell me. I've got this. Greetings, Queen Freya. How are you doing this morning?
Construction complete.
Oh, but right. I had a Citadel upgrade going. It's been queued and processing for so long I'd forgotten about the damn thing. All right, let's get all this done. Let's see. I want command centers put in. We'll gain what we can as far as tactical advantage. There we go. Focusing pretty hard on defense and just trying to survive the coming storm. Okay. Okay. Lovely. It's time for the Queen's custard, Bismarcks, and coffee. Alas, I have had just the usual hippie peanut butter. blackcurrant jam this week. The variety of berries and such out here is just intense. You know, I can cycle through so many different berries and combinations that I don't repeat for weeks, months. It could take a while. 48. Where are we in technology? Still got a while before I get the energy weapon fire rate. And I'm going to get the fleet command limit for earlier, which cool. But what I was but I managed to clear a overage here, got my naval capacity up, and that got rid of some penalties I was suffering. Really, really wishing. Let's just look through here.
Blocker cleared.
Yay. Already upgrade that. Cool beans. I have been very excited about having my own Fediverse account, and I plan to continue writing today. Oh, congratulations on the Fediverse account. Glad it's working out. And break a leg.
Blocker cleared.
Writing is a performance art. It's just a much slower process to complete the performance. And it's interesting because it's sort of serial and parallel. You're performing for one person at a time, but you may be doing this many times over at the same time. I've been trying to get back to my writing, and I've just run into a brick wall of my own making. The question of what am I going to do with this damn thing if I finish it? I finished Antilia. It went nowhere. I wasn't able to get art for it. I don't have the money for it. I can't do the self-publishing thing. Lord, trying to do self-publishing nowadays is such a learning precipice. I've got there's such a lot to it, and trying to take on all of that in addition to doing the creative work is just too much. I just don't, I've run into the problem of, okay, yeah, I built the thing. Now what? It's gonna sit in the garage and collect dust, you know.
Council agenda ready.
Biomorphosis. Let's continue pushing this. That'll get me 25% toward glandular acclimation. That sounds interesting. Right now, I'm still working on all of this. Did genetics, and it's gotten me all sorts of interesting things. How am I doing on... There we go. We'll go on and get that one started. Yes, I know. I'm being a little remiss. Oh boy, here we go. Yeah. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. Not. I don't even want to deal with it. This is why I don't get into defensive pacts. What I have heard is that at least 80% of the benefit of getting traditionally published is that they do the cover art and marketing for you. Yes, having been traditionally published, having an art director and a layout person, and then being able to turn the entire package over to a printer who, and yeah, it's there's an awful lot of labor that is spread out among many people instead of trying to do it all myself. And I'm just overwhelmed and intimidated and stalled by the sheer volume of work that would be needed to get the manuscript ready to actually deliver to a potential reader. And then there's the fact that I am 63 years old and I'm not really sure that I have it in me to launch a career as a novelist at this point in my life. Given the reception that my trad publishing stuff has had, I am dissuaded from attempting to push forward on my own. I mean, there was only one Tom Reamy. Sorry, this is I should change the subject. This is a very sore point for me, and it's been going for well, 63 years. There we go. Sell off some of that, buy some of that. It is.
Construction complete.
I'm really beginning to wonder where's. I'm waiting for the kaboom. There should have been an earth shattering kaboom. Sorry, I can't do voices. That's just not one of those things that's in my repertoire. I have to when I'm GMing, I have to do mostly like attitude and accent to differentiate NPCs' manner of speech. because I don't do voices very well. I do have an ongoing effort that it is going well. I had another session of the Majot campaign this week. I have a tabletop campaign going. I'm using the Blue Planet V2 game mechanic, but setting it in CJ Cherry's Alliance Union universe and sort of in the middle of the events of her novel Serpent's Reach. The party this past week got to see Hive Azzy for the first time and are very disturbed by the whole thing. Um, the Reach is has taken union concepts, including Azzy, who are manufactured humans, who are treated as very expensive devices. If they pop up diagnostics, if an Azzy asks for a counselor, they are immediately taken to a quiet place and someone keeps an eye on them until a trained and licensed counselor arrives. If they pop up diagnostics, they are immediately taken out of service and someone's brought in to have a look and see what's going on. But yeah, that whole thing just. The party is from Alliance, and they are seeing this as slavery, and there's one of the NPC crew on the party's ship is an Azzy abolitionist.
Construction complete.
Problem is that sometimes, at some points, you're trying to free a fish from water.
Construction complete.
Azzy have programmed mindsets. There's a manual that tells you how their mind works, how their psych set is put together, what they are able to deal with, and where their boundaries are. As you're effectively all autistic, they all have a certain amount of stuff they can deal with, and anything outside of that stuff they may have a meltdown or freeze. What usually happens is they kind of lock up. They go into a withdrawal and just sort of and come to a halt. An Azzy that has come to a halt needs attention immediately. Uh, so the players are all having to the characters are having to deal with all of this and the society that they have walked in on while they're trying to plan a heist. And the question is not, will it go sideways, but how will it go sideways? Uh-oh. Oh, great.
Log updated.
Great. Here it comes. We've got roaring
Cancel
noises.
agenda available.
And the question being then, it's coming in from deep space. It's going to hit the edge of the galaxy. Which empire is it going to decide to eat? Because a couple of games ago, I had one of these come in, sweeping in from the edge of the galaxy, and it hit my empire and ate my empire and pretty much ignored everybody else. I was somewhat dismayed by that. It's like there's other empires. You're eating right up to my border and stopping. This I don't like this being singled out thing. This is not cool. All right, let's see what we got. We're getting down to the wire here.
Construction complete.
Uh-oh. You retired. You know what? Let's grab the commander here. Military leader might be a better idea right now. Whoops. Let's do that so that I can get my trade imbalance sorted. What we got here? Jeez, it's hard to see sometimes. With all the pop-ups. I've gotten my first warning. Haven't gotten the second yet. Whatever it is, it's coming in from outside the galaxy, and it's going to eat at least one empire. Alright. Let's go on and get the edicts going. Exotic gases for shield boost. Volatile reactive armor and volatile ammunition. I'd love to use focusing crystals, but that needs, I don't know. Fuck it, let's go ahead and turn it on. What have we got to lose? Alright, all that gets turned on. And let's see what that does. Not seeing any immediate requisition for... I'm not seeing any immediate requisitions for upgrades here. Capacity has gone up. Alright, let's see. Let's look at Oliver's army. What have you got? What about you? that a battleship? That's a battleship. Alright. Ding. Oliver's army is at Citrinius. Where is that? This needs to be activated. Thank you. Alright, Citrinius, where is... Here. Shipyard. I'm lacking something. What am I missing? Oh, whatever it was, I've got it now. Boop, go. Deeply concerned here as to what this is coming in and where it's going to hit. Any any ideas here? Nothing showing up on long scan. What is it? Where is it? Let's start the talking. I could talk all night. My mind was sleepwalking. While I waited for the IP bot to jump up and down in cackling glee as it feeds another troll. Because, you know, about 2/3 of the IP claims made are by IP trolls and squatters rather than actual legitimate IP owners. Capitalism destroys art. Remember that, folks.
Construction complete.
Cool. I actually wanted that to fail. Okay, you're good. You're good here. You got there. All right. Looks like we're done there. Ah. It's like waiting. You know, I've heard the whistle of the incoming bomb. I'm waiting to find out where it's gonna hit. Oh, ow, ow, oh, jeez. Oh, my back. I had to stop and stretch and crackle like Rice Krispies every so often. Old Hagar, the horrible cartoon strip. Hagar wakes up in the morning and starts doing his stretches and let's see, that or this. I'm gonna go with this. Obvious. I mean, obs. Now it seems like a real good time to. Okay, cool. Done. Real good time to bump up my ship build speed. Yeah, the party in the Mahjong campaign, the tabletop campaign, are trying to set up somewhere between an intelligence operation and a heist. They're not real quite sure where to even start. They're still getting the lay of the land. They have gotten a look at two of the big factories down on Istra, the planet they're orbiting, which the trip down to see them was the first time that Alstead, who was born aboard ship and grew up a spacer, this was the first time Alstead had ever been planet-side in their life. People are not meant to live without bulkheads around them. That is just too much open cubic to be wandering around loose in without a maneuvering unit or a lifeline. Come on. One of the ship's crew, the crew of the ship are all NPCs. They're running on a skeleton crew. The weapons officer and cargo officer, who's a bouncy young twink who just loves to talk about shipboard weapon systems. Yes, he really likes big guns, but botch. Oh, imagine a spacer discovering sailing. Oh, good gosh. Oh, not on Istra, but on other planets. It's a possibility. Wondering if they're going to manage to get past Istra. There's 8 other worlds just in the Reach. It's a highly anomalous place. One of the things that their employer would like to know, if they find out anything about the origin of these weird star systems. The Hydri stars themselves, Alpha and Beta Hydri, are blue-white stars, blue-white binary pair, and yet both of them have human habitable worlds in the Goldilocks zone in stable orbit. How in the hell is that even possible? Now, mind you, you have to wear a full coverage sunsuit on the surface of Beta Hydri 2, also known as Istra, because if not, the UV will give you a lethal sunburn in about 30 minutes. Oh, I need to go spin mineral. Whoops. Let's go see what I can commission on my planets. Oops. Come on, come on. I need to see what I'm working on here. The damn fool pop-ups sometimes get a little much. Let's just pop down to here and see what I can upgrade, since I have too much mineral. Okay, fine. Okay, that gets me that. Where is it? Yeah, one of the weapons and cargo officer gave Allstead a trank patch, the kind of thing that's used for dealing with jump space. Going through jump drive, it is possible for a human to learn how to go through jump without trank and come out still functional the other side. It has been accomplished exactly once. And the human doing it had personal guidance from a non human species in a technique that does work for humans. It does, however, require adapting to an entirely different way of thinking. Okay, we are up to there. I need to go to Kel and build a battleship if I can. Not sure what I'm short on. Let's go on and sell some mineral. We'll buy up a couple of goes of alloy there, and then go back to Kel and start the battleship. Battleship now underway. Okay. If you've seen the Lost in Space remake, the reboot, it's actually quite good. And at one point, they reference the infamous chariot storm sequence where um, they very nearly drowned the actors. They kept throwing water into the chariot set, and it got bad. The They reference that, and
Technology discovered.
also have an interesting character development moment where they sail their ship. Just okay, what do I want at this point? Let's go with advanced afterburners. We'll kick on more speed. I enjoy the tech and culture to be designed in science fiction. Oh yeah. CJ's world building, CJ Cherry, um, she and her wife Jane Fancher just recently announced that they are retiring from writing.
Council agenda ready.
CJ has had multiple rounds of anesthesia in the last few years, and it's caused some loss of capacity, and she can't do it anymore. It's a great loss, but she's left us a library of work, just a massive amount of work, with some intense world building. Her novel Down Below Station, which is about the formation of Alliance and the end of the company wars and the shift in power, it's huge. and yet it's so human. It brings it home to as to exactly what the consequences of this kind of crap are. It won both the Hugo and the Nebula for Best Novel of the Year. How many novels have won both the Hugo, the Fan Award, and the Nebula, the Professional Award? Leave that as an exercise for the reader to look up. I'll give you a clue. It's not many. Down Below Station is freaking brilliant, and the entire universe is meticulously constructed. Um, One of the players at the end of this week's session commented on the world building that it was just intense and deeply fascinating how it was working. Leveraged privateering I want to support. Um, we're telling him the 95% of the world building here is by CJ Cherry. We're playing in her world. It is intensely detailed. The Blue Planet role playing game is also very well designed. The V1 of Blue Planet was written by three people, one of whom is an engineer, one of whom is a doctor who at the time was in their residency, and one is an oceanographer who did their practicum at Woods Hole Institute, the place you do oceanography research in this country. Um, the science in Blue Planet is really seriously believable. It's very well grounded, just absolutely brilliant stuff. The culture that they built, humanity has, in the Blue Planet world, humanity has discovered one habitable planet on the other side of an artificial wormhole. Somebody built a wormhole and then something happened to them and now they're gone and the wormhole's running on its own. And it goes one place. It's not tunable. There's no network. At the other system, there's only the one connection. Somebody built this one. Whether there were other wormholes, we don't know. But Poseidon, the world on the other side of the wormhole, is inhabitable by humans with no need for support equipment. As a matter of fact, human genetic and surgical modification becomes popular to adapt to the fact that Poseidon is mostly water. And so most of the people who live on Poseidon are amphibious in one way or another. A couple of designs. Where is this thing? I'm hearing a drone here that's getting a little louder, and I'm wondering, where is the thing going to happen? Been sitting here waiting for the other shoe to drop. Let's go on and kick on the desk fan and make sure my heat comes down a little bit. There we go. Now, CG Cherry's world, the jump drive involves hurling your ship into jump space aimed at a gravity well deep enough to yank you back out. You jump from star to star, generally going from agreed upon system zenith as the departure point to system nadir as the arrival point. You've If you've aimed your ship correctly, the mass of the star or other stellar level mass yanks you out of jump space, at which point you're moving at about 3/4 C, and you have to pulse the jump vanes to slow down enough that conventional engines can really do anything as far as, further slowing down, maneuvering, etc. Screw it up and you go kiting through and you are screwed. Ooh, our limits just jumped massively. That's interesting. I'm going to bump that up. Hmm. Jump space has different physical laws. Humans, the human physiology really isn't quite built for handling them. We're built for handling the physical laws that exist in this continuum, not in that one, and it is possible. There are species who are active in jump, which is weird as heck.
Construction complete.
For most species, the time dilation compresses it down to where you don't experience a whole lot of it, which is actually a good thing. There are species who are active in jump. The kif, you don't want to run into them. They're not in this. The kif and the kn are both on the other side of Earth and not in this campaign, and be glad of that. The kif are predators with a complicated system of face/honor that they call svik. Everything is worked out in terms of where your svik lies. The Kn are methane breathers and yeah, the ammonia breathers are the I forget if it was ammonia or methane, but they breathe something very different, and I'm not thrilled with any of this bullshit. Screw it, let's go for the xenomorph army. Morphogenetic field mastery. We will build our soldiers to be more effective. We will breed whole new orders of soldiers. Create new clades. See what happens.
Technology discovered. Let's go ahead and get the railgun. Get an advance in projectile weaponry. At some point, I've got to start thinking about ship design and watching the design of the ships that I'm building to make sure that I'm balancing off energy and projectile weapons
I'm hoping that the automated designs are doing something vaguely like that, but I don't have a lot of faith in it, having seen what the build algorithm can do. We had a bit of a discussion about assimilating a vassal state and dealing with the BS that the algorithm had done in building the planets that you've just taken over. And how poor the design on some of them can be. I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop. For the shoe to drop here, it's a little bit nerve-wracking.
Construction complete.
What the heck? We'll go and fire up one of those. Okay. Look, pretty much done. It really bothers me that I don't have planetary shield generators.
Technology discovered.
All right, I'm going to take just a second here, and I'll be right back. Okie doke. Let's get back to the game here. There we go. Okay. Unpause. Dude, come on. I said resume. You would think resume would unpause. Apparently it doesn't. Worry, worry, fidget, worry. Upgrade. Oh boy. Yeah, we need to start upgrading weaponry. Alright, let's get started here. Oof, it's going to take a lot of alloy. Bye-bye alloy. Mm. Caffeinate.
Ships upgraded.
Gonna be getting a lot of that. Going to be getting rather a lot of
Ships
that.
upgraded. Ships upgraded. Ships upgraded. Ships upgraded.
Part of the, speaking of learning precipices, part of the issue, the situation the players in this campaign are having is that they have arrived at Istra Station where there's already a lot going on. Now, because of time compression in jump space, the information that they had as to what was going on at Istra was about 3 months old. Their ship is way faster than it looks. It's a sleeper, and they were able to skip from their launch point at Pell all the way out to Beta Hydri in just 4 jumps, which means that they are very long jumps, which means that you're having to be that much more accurate as far as your heading, because there comes a point where 1,000th of a degree off and you are the other side of the galaxy before you come out. Maybe. Who knows? So yeah, they arrive at Istra Station to find that in the meantime, between the last dispatch, there is no faster than light communication other than ships. Mail is still a thing because there is no Ansible network. There's no subspace communications. Time to renew the thing. So the party ship comes into Istra space, into the system, and they start getting feed from the station and discover that Well, they knew there was an Alliance vessel there. There is an official Alliance embassy ship at Istra Station, and the official Alliance trade mission to the Serpent's Reach and to the Contran of Serpent's Reach and so forth. And then there's another ship that's carrying Terran markings. What the hell are the Terrans doing here? Well, the Terrans are running their own op. So you've got Alliance running an op out of the embassy. Of course they are. You've got Earth running an op of some sort. Exactly what remains to be seen. There's all sorts of shenanigans already going on aboard the station. The Contran are up to something. There's people conniving in 14 directions at once, and I love the concept of refusing to write proper FTL communication into your universe. It's simply that communications can only travel as fast as as ships can carry them. It gives the world that distant feel like that of sailing ships. The arrival of a ship is a big deal. It also gave me a fun one because there were two NPCs that met the party at dock, wanting to know if they had brought the latest episodes of, I forget the name of the drama, but it wasn't Romance of the Eighth Chamber. That's another one. Something Junko's Journey or something like that. I don't remember. I'd have to look up in my GM notes. But they were wanting to know, have you got the latest episodes? Because what the IP law can only travel at the speed of legislation, whereas sending the videos on can actually outrun the wavefront, the copyright wavefront. And so they're wanting to get the latest episodes of this series because they know in another year or so the copyright wavefront is going to catch up, and then they're going to have to start paying for it, and they can't just share it. I'm waiting. It's the series itself was I described as a Chinese soap opera. It's very over the top, very somewhat stylized. It's you're either into it or you're not, you know. So because there's no subspace communication, because things only run by mail, media has value. And at some point, I've got it already set up. The party is going to find some black market goods. They're going to find a complete run of Romance of the Eighth Chamber, which is a Korean historical drama revolving around the relationships between the concubines and other women at the court.
Ships upgraded.
It's sort of a Korean L word. They're almost upon us.
Log updated.
Yeah. Where are they? Where the fuck is this thing coming from? I thought I sold. I hit the wrong button. I hit the buy button. Okay, where are they? I don't see anything on the edge of the galaxy, anywhere on the edge of the known of the galaxy here. If the party recognizes this thing. It's
Ships upgraded.
they're gonna find it like in a locked lower drawer in somebody's desk. It's obviously contraband. Um, if they could find those two fans, one of them works in an office that could be real useful. I'm trying to lay seeds here. I lay a lot of pipe. I've been told that I lay more pipe than a manic plumber, but it's kind of my GM style. You know, I like to lay out a lot of story elements and see what the players pick up on. And whatever they pick up on, that's what I'll keep feeding. But, you know, that other stuff may start cooking on its own. One of the things about my games is that, you know, if I bring something in, sooner or later it's going to pay off. I'm a great believer in Chekhov's gun. It will go off. You may not be expecting it to. You may have forgotten that there's a gun on the mantle, but you know. Now, CJ's World Alliance Union Universe works on pretty close to real world physics. And so, yeah, you can throw a ship from one system to another, relying on the gravity well at the far end to yank you back out like an arrest cable. But a signal squirted into jump space just kind of goes. And there's no real way to. Part of the problem is there's no way to hang an antenna in jump space to catch the signal as it's going by. You know, you can transmit, but how the hell do you receive?
Technology discovered.
We can vault through jump space. I'll go with the increased ship fire rate. Monthly Unity bump. Yes, thank you. Sell food. Now you could huck a communication satellite into jump space, but then how would it transmit back out? Establish visual feed. Oh, yay. It's those guys. Take the paws off. It's those guys. It's the big slime eyeballs. Slime creatures from outer space. I hope they don't come in here. I just shampooed the rug. What I've been considering with my writing is the concept of an information network that behaves more similar to dial-up and internet cafes, which is to say that there is never a constant connection and the bandwidth is always limited. There's more to how the technology functions, but that is the basic idea. Yeah, store and forward seems to be a fundamental concept. We have received word. The Vanguard reports of some big invasion. Spirits protect us. Where are they hitting? Uh-oh. No, that's shardlings. Where are they hitting? I'm not seeing hostile activity on the edge of the galaxy, which is worrying me very much. Hold on a second here. Let me bye-bye a little bit here. Where the hell is my commander? Good luck.
Ships upgraded. Construction complete.
Yeah, whatever. You're a bunch of buttheads.
Construction complete. Ships upgraded. Ships upgraded. Ships upgraded.
I still don't know where the obnoxiousness is going to hit. Where are the obnoxioids? Waiting for the shoe to drop.
Ships upgraded. Ships upgraded. Ships upgraded. Ships upgraded.
What the players are primarily after is the manufacturing process by which the Majat of Serpent's Reach make rejuve. Uh-oh. Okay, we got some, the Prethoryn Scourge in Corinth space. In Corinth space, that's going to put them up here. Okay, I'm not seeing where this is happening. Uncertain about it. Okay. These unfortunate outcasts were forcefully expelled from their homes by the Lagan Chu's authorities. They have been traveling from system to system since then in a desperate attempt to find new homes before the last of their dwindling supplies were used up. Yes, they are welcome here. The Lagan Chus are throwing out everybody else. The humans, Myrans, more humans in Corinth. Good grief, I've got... What in the hell happened? Prethoryn Scourge, where is this hitting so hard? And we're getting a lot of refugees here all of a sudden. I'm really concerned as to where they're coming from. Grab whatever crystals I can here. Let's see, I was at Mayor's Station. Here's another refugee fleet coming in. Siggy? Siggy has some stuff that needs done. Maya? Okay, that's as far as I can go right now. It's Maya. I'm trying to figure out where the Prethoryn Scourge has hit.
Ships upgraded.
That I'm getting so many refugees all of a sudden. We've got some population issues here. And we'll put in another luxury residence here. And one here. And one here. Let's look at looking at the. Oh, jeez. They're here. Any of these planets that are showing population markers? Where? Where?
Ships upgraded.
I just have this bad feeling this is going to be where they hit. Yeah. That's really not that important right now.
Technology discovered.
We are taking in more and more refugees. We've got to start building a little bit more in the way of housing here. Ooh. Gateway construction. Neat. See if I survive to collect it. Getting a steady stream of refugees. What the hell is going on? Where? Where is it? Is all this happening?
Initiating communications.
Uh-oh. The Myrans want to offer association status. I'll agree with this. A non-aggression pact with all members of the Federation. Agree. This is a good thing. A non-aggression pact is a good thing. I like a non-aggression pact. Defensive pacts get you pulled into unjust wars. Of course, that brings up the whole concept of a just war, which gets back to, for wealth or land, the god replies, for life or freedom or some king's lies. Started a little low there. Two men walked on a beach in the sun. One left footsteps, the other left none. One was a man that no man obeys, the other a god from the ancient days. Look, said the man, how my kind make war. I've summoned you here to ask what for. For wealth or land, the god replies, for life or freedom or some king's lies. For the sun is also a warrior. Knowledge can also destroy, nor can the kindest will preserve you from the kill. Not all of wisdom brings joy. Good grief, we're continuing to get refugees. And I look up here and I don't see where they're coming, where the invasion fleet is hitting. Are we just not getting the intelligence? What's going on here? It's making me increasingly anxious not seeing where the threat is coming from. Okay, we're getting critical here on our population. It's gonna be a problem. That's unemployed pops. Let's see, what else can I do? I can put in... Let's put in a recirculation center. That'll get some jobs put in. I was at Maya. There we go. Get those going.
Ships upgraded.
Where is it?
Construction complete.
Am I getting delay or lack of reporting, or what's going on here? Ooh, you're short a few here. Gonna wait for some alloy to churn here. Hardly anything left to do there. Again, Prethoryn Scourge and Corinth Space. Prethoryn Scourge. Ah, I'm not seeing it because it's too large. It has, in fact, hit in this area. Prethoryn Scourge. They're here.
Ships upgraded.
There it is. Oh, shit. Those are
Ships
That's a
upgraded.
5-star fleet. Yeah, woo. They're going to be heading this direction. I'm going to move you to here. Where are my fleets? You move. Move to here. You also will move to here. Okay, I'm seeing now. I see it. There's. All right. Well, it's managed to not hit me this time. Yet. The Prethoryn Scourge is sending me lots of refugees. I'm starting to be concerned about being able to house. I have to. There's a lot of people to try and take care of. Whew.
Ships upgraded.
Not sure there's anything I can do on some of these. Hmm. This is really shattered up here, isn't it? Yeah, they tried to settle that way too late. Just watching the routes here. I don't know how the amoeba swarms will react. We are continuing to take in refugees here. As the Prethoryn Scourge has continued to spread, but slowly. I had expected it to be a lot bigger of a hit. Looks like they're trying to, almost like they're trying to extend across this way, heading toward the core. Not sure what they're up to. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, that's heading toward me. They'll pass through Amor Alveo and Devasa, or comes for Citrinius, where I have a 2-star fleet, a 3-star fleet, and a citadel. Citrinius, where are you? There you are. Yeah, they're maxed up. Oh shit. Hate it when I do that. On the other hand, it does give us a view of the situation, doesn't it? About time you get your act together on that. Hmm. Well, whatever's going to happen as a result of all this, it is going to have to wait for the next session. So, thank you so very much for having been here with me this morning. We have reached the top of the hour, and time to say, well, time to cue Carol Burnett at the very least here. If you have enjoyed this stream, previous VODs are on YouTube at the URL in your lower right, along with a great deal of Minecraft and some other games. If you're into other games, check out the schedule in your upper left. That is not just my schedule, but the entire streaming team of the truck community. We've got stuff going every evening, a lot of afternoons, some mornings. Check it out. A lot of things going on. I will be back next Saturday morning, same bat time, same bat channel, 8 a.m. Pacific time, with more Stellaris. Old Man Yells at Void Cloud. I'm going to leave this game in stasis and continue playing it next session, and we'll see what happens. Before then, I will be back on Sunday night, tomorrow night, Sunday, 6 p.m. Pacific time with Roots of Pacha, which is the best written queer farm sim and dating sim on the market. I mean, it really just is fantastic. The cutscenes will move you to tears. It's just beautiful stuff as these people learn and grow and cooperate in building something greater than all of them. It's really an amazing thing that Sodaden has done with this game, and you've got to see it. 6 p.m. tomorrow night, Roots of Pacha. Next 8 a.m. Saturday morning, Old Man Yells at Void Cloud with Stellaris. And until then, safe journey, space fans, wherever you may be.